Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of June 28th through July 4th. And during that time, we have a full moon that comes in on the 30th. And of course, that's a time of heightened emotions. We might feel a little anxious or irritable. You may have changes in your sleeping patterns also, but it's a good time for us to release any resentment or fear and also to practice patience and calm. So keep that in mind. We then move into the waning gibbous phase, and that is a really good time. It's much calmer than the full moon. It's a time of self-reflection and rebirth, a good time for us to get rid of our bad habits and our negative thinking and work towards achieving our goals and aspirations. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Sagittarius. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is to meditate and contemplate. Okay. I feel like I've seen the overalls. I've seen that card a few times. There's been another card I've seen a few times. So very interesting when we have repeating overalls. You see me shuffle that deck and I'm always like, wow, I can't believe that card has come out again and again and again sometimes. Like, so interesting. Anyway, as I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder for you is that you pay attention to the synchronicities that are going on around you, whether you're aware of them or not. They're there. It's like a different language. So if you speak that language and you see those things, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If it's not something that you're aware of, once that awareness comes about, you can't unsee it. It's like a whole other world that's going on there. It's around you, I promise. But try to pay attention to that a little bit more. And this is just kind of watching for those signs, signals, things. This could be, there's so many different ways that they happen for me. This could be a sign on a billboard, or a lot of times on a license plate, or a bumper sticker that gets in front of me. Just the weirdest. Just synchronicities are strange. I literally just had one today because I had a crazy dream last night. And so earlier I popped on a podcast and put it on, and that's exactly what the guy was talking about. And it was just taking me back to this crazy dream I had. And it was describing, kind of explaining something that I had a question about today. So it's just interesting how information does come to us. But pay attention to those things this week. Anyway, let's get into this reading. Sagittarius, June 28th through July 4th. Meditate and contemplate. Your present energy right now is the Chariot. So it looks like you're getting ready to make some sort of move on something. This could be anything under the sun. This could be, the Chariot is about, to me, it's about gathering information so that when the Chariot moves, nobody's moving. These guys are sitting here. This guy's going to be fully in command, but the reason being is that he's gathering the correct, like if he's gathering his map, he knows which direction he's going, he knows that what he's going to do when he gets there, what he's going to see along the way. So you're gathering information for that kind of thing. Now, is yours a journey, a physical journey? Maybe not. It's, sometimes this is just gathering information for a step that you want to take, like a path in your career, a path in your education, a path in your relationship. It could be anything, again, under the sun. But you're, maybe that's why you're meditating and contemplating, is that you are just thinking about things and gathering that information and kind of mulling things over. All right, your current situation is the Ace of Pentacles, and you might be mulling things over because you have some new financial opportunity. And so you're thinking about, what do I do? Maybe you've got some newfound money. In fact, didn't you guys just have, let me look at your title for last week. Oh, abundance and a windfall. Yeah, you guys, I remembered that. That you guys have had some new financial things coming in for the Sagittarius Collective. So you're thinking about that, and it's on your mind to be a good steward of whatever, money or new things, that raise that came in for you, or that bonus, or inheritance, whatever, however money has come to you. You're trying to think of what is the best thing to do with this money right now, and that's great. Contemplate and meditate about it. At the root of your situation is the Hermit card, so that's definitely our meditate and contemplate card, is just to go within. Those answers are inside of you. This is just inner searching, getting a little bit of solitude so that you can make a really good decision and make a good long-term decision, not something that's just rash and quick. The hermit is there for a reason. It's there because those answers are all inside of you. You just have to pull it out, right? In your recent past is the Queen of Wands. So you're definitely on top of things that you are passionate about. This could be just anything that you love and adore doing, the thing that lights your fire under. And that has been how you lived your life last week, or before this money came to you, before this little windfall, or whatever this new opportunity has come to you. So continue. We know, what are you passionate about, and that's probably how you should move forward as well. If it's working for you and worked for you in the past, definitely bring that into your future, but maybe you want to make just little fine-tuning adjustments. So that might be what this chariot is about, is what are those adjustments for you? What adjustments are you making right now? What is on your mind this week is the Three of Swords, which is about, there's a heart in that card. It's a disappointment. It's something that comes through that you're just a little disappointed about. It could just be thoughts, it's air energy. It could be words that come through that are disappointing to you. And it could be that there might be some disappointment and there was some realization that you come to as you're doing this inner searching that, oh, I probably need to change this one thing about myself. And, change is hard, and it can be, it doesn't have to be heartbreaking. And I know there's a heart in this card, but again, it's like these things that are really tough mentally, that like, like I would say something like, even like overcoming an addiction, that when you do that, you're like, but I love doing this thing that I'm addicted to. But no, if it's for the better that you stop doing it. And so it is a little heartbreaking. So things like that, like, what are those improvements that you're making? And it's on your mind to be, you need to do it, but again, it's like a little mental break for you. What is just ahead of you this week is feeling a little bit stuck here with this Eight of Swords, but remember that you can think your way out of it. And it could be about this. It could be about whatever this comes in that's kind of just on your mind, and it just gets a little bit more intense for you. But understand that you can, much like an addiction, you can think your way out of it. It is about meditating and contemplating, and really wanting to do those things in life that are ultimately for the best for you. In your advice position is the Ten of Wands here. So do that final push, finish whatever it is. Again, you're seeking some information, but it looks like there's going to be something that you do that there's an end to. Um, and it's something you'll be passionate about it, I think, when you finally get there. And you might have to go through the emotional part of it, through the again, the meditation about it, to really, and I keep going back to this, it's almost like quitting smoking, that if you love to smoke, but you need to quit smoking, right? So, and you're going to meditate about it and prepare and whatever, and you get to that place. The advice is to go ahead and try it, do that final push, get yourself there, and let's see what's on the other side, because that makes room for healthier choices, right? All right, what is beyond your control this week is the Hangman. So it's about having a new perspective on things. And of course, anytime we're learning and changing and making room for things, we're certainly having a new perspective. So take that in stride, that whatever that new perspective, sometimes we're like, oh, okay, I didn't realize that it was going to be this easy, or I was going to be this hard, or this challenge was going to come up, or so it's just a new perspective, because now you've gone through the thing, you've put your foot out and taken that step to do something, and that always changes our perspective. All right, what is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Three of Wands. So it is either your secret desire to have a new venture. This could even be travel for some, or you're trying to avoid that. Maybe you want to take on something new at this time, and maybe you don't. There's really no right or wrong there for you. Different Sagittariuses will answer that in different ways and take different paths, and that's fine. But just realize that you need to understand why your answer is. Also, that puts another three on the table. So go look up angel number 33 and see if that has any bearing on your life this week. In your outcome position is the Page of Swords. So this is a new, fresh way of communicating or thinking. So because you've struggled with whatever this is, this break in this is, you have to think this thing through, but now you've got this new perspective and this new fresh take on things. So I think it's great. I like whatever this is. Remember that tarot is a template. So these are energies, and the scenario I've described is, of course, just an example of one possible scenario. There could be many. Of course, there are many, but it's just that kind of energy that this is the energy that you're working with this week. But you come out of it on top, I think, with a new, fresh attitude and a new way of doing things, which I think is great. What is hidden from you here at the bottom of the deck is the Empress. So this is about long-term creative projects that you might enter into, and you're just not there yet. If this is on the horizon, of course, you're gathering the information here with this Chariot card and thinking about things. But the Empress might show up for you next week or the week after, when you've maybe made a decision. You're kind of in information gathering mode right now and just making sure that you're doing the things that are best for you. So let's get a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Sagittarius as they're working through some things and gathering information on things. Trying to see if I missed anything, but I think we covered it. All right. Final message. Be patient. Yeah, these answers aren't coming this week. The answers to whatever, whatever that chariot, the information that you're gathering, it's not coming yet. It'll get there. Again, you might see that Empress in the next couple of weeks in your reading. So come on back and see. Let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care from the Self-Care Wisdom deck. Self-care for Sagittarius this week. And the card that you get is the card that says success. Today is a really good day. You're in the flow. Problems are solved quickly and easily. Helpful people show up for you, and unexpected gifts fall into your lap. So yeah, sometimes just be surprised. Be surprised by the universe and the things, even though you're going through something that looks like it's a little mentally tough. I don't think it's the end of the world. I feel like it's a challenge that that you need to overcome. You're going to push through and have this new perspective and have a new way of thinking, a new way of messaging by the end of the week. So I think, there's a success there. And it's going to be a struggle, but you're going to get through it and you're going to be just fine. So Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here. I hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below. Let me know if anything here resonated, or if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer those for you. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe will get you back to me next week so that you can come back and we can see where the story goes and maybe the Empress shows up. So thanks so much, Sagittarius. Good luck with this, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.